Hi, I'm Sophia Baker, and this is the third video blog for the Global Learning Project and my final reflection on the project and my experiences in it. I talked with my partner Lee, a Chinese international student, and I will be sharing hers and mine final reflection on the project, how we think it went, and how this might have changed us. At the beginning of the project and the experiences, I felt nervous, and I also kind of felt apologetic towards Lee because she was doing something for me, and I felt bad that she had to make time for me in this project. But Lee also felt nervous, but she was hoping to be helpful, and she also felt kind of unsure because she wasn't sure how this was going to pan out or what kind of things we would have to do at first. During our interactions and the time between our interactions, I felt awkward at first. In the beginning of every meeting, I felt awkward and unsure, but we always warmed up, and I felt more comfortable with her as time got on. And I think that has to do with the exposure I have to Asian cultures and to people like Lee, international students. My exposure to them is very limited, and so I feel like I don't know a lot about them, so I'm more nervous going to situations with them. Lee felt very similar as I did in our interactions, where she felt very awkward at first, but got more comfortable as time went on, and as we got to know each other better, each interaction got easier, she said, and it was always just a little bit strange at first to get reaccustomed to each other. At the end of all this, I'm incredibly grateful towards Lee for making time to do this with me and for the experience in general. I feel like I'm more accustomed to people of Chinese culture and international students in general, and Lee feels far more comfortable around myself and other American students and possibly nature lovers as well. During the second interaction with Lee when I took her hiking, I realized it's not necessarily that I'm uncomfortable with her at first, it's that I'm uncomfortable with someone who I've never been in an experience with, or like I haven't experienced anyone like that before. I haven't really talked to a lot of Asian or international students. During our first interaction, Lee realized that people from American cultures and from American education systems, such as myself, and specifically myself, value discussion and cooperative environments more, and so we're more prone to be talkative. And while this can be a bit overwhelming to her at first, because she's shy and mostly learned how to work individually, she realized that it can be fun and really helpful to reflect with others on what you're thinking and what you're learning. As a result of this, I kind of learned about myself that I had very little interaction with international students and Asian students. I didn't realize that I'd never really interacted with them until I reflected back on it. I also realized that I tend to be way more talkative and value cooperative work as a result of my education, the culture of my education. And I've talked with the friends I had made that are international students or exchange students, and they tend to be from Europe. And they confirmed what Lee said, that Americans are far more talkative, especially with strangers, and we do things like compliment people we don't know. And I'm very proud that we do this and that we branch out, but at the same time, if we don't branch out enough, it won't be enough to build bridges over cultural barriers. This also made me realize how integral communication is to my daily life and habits. Lee said that she learned that while American students can be kind of overwhelming at first and talk a lot, that many times we mean well and just want to get to know each other better. As an MSU student, I feel like from now on, I'm going to try and interact more with international Asian students and be more mindful that my talkativeness can be a little bit overwhelming for them and for people of different cultures that don't emphasize communication and cooperative work environments as much. What Lee learned was that she can also interact more with non-international students, and that when we talk and want to cooperate more, it can be fun and exciting and not necessarily scary. What I got from this experience as a possible educator is that I need to be aware of small things, such as how communication plays a role in education and how that can vary from culture to culture, and how sometimes using another culture's methods of education can be beneficial for different reasons, and how students from other cultures may be taken aback by parts of our culture. And that was my final reflection on the Global Learning Project. Thank you so much.